Hey, good morning, everyone. Friday, the 26th of June, 2020. Wow, man, oh man, and wow. 2 days I survived the crucible known as Shooter's Bar, Willow City, North Dakota, USA. Brutal. Yeah. Non-stop target. Verbal abuse. I'm telling you. You don't get to see me today because I'm kind of battered, torn, and beat up. But you know what? I'll tell you something. I survived it. I do have a hell of a neck cramp because I remember sitting at the bar yesterday, looking left, just shaking my head, looking right, just shaking my head. I'm telling you, people, it's sad, it's pathetic. Let me give you a little background to a thing called the chickweed experiment. Back in the day, you end up saying that a lot when you get to be an old bastard. Back in the day, if you wanted to determine how many of the delicious edible chickweeds there were in, say, a plot of land, let's just say 100 square yards, you had two ways of determining that. You could technically cover every square inch and count the chickweeds, do the math, or, and this is what is going to tie into this story, you could simply take a easily divisible section, say 1 square yard, count them in that, multiply it through, and with a high and amazing degree of accuracy, you will get a very close figure to what the actual count of chickweeds is in that lot. Simple, right? Okay, I made it. I'm not getting technical with you here. Let me consider my 2 days at the bar, or any trip to any bar, the chickweed experiment. I'm telling you something, people. Yeah, there's good and bad. You know, we're all diverse humans. But America, you're soft. You're soft, you're spoiled, you're whiny, you're sniveling. But we had a pittance of rain yesterday. I mean, you couldn't even say it, a sprinkle, I'd call it. And a little bit of humidity. Now, as a notorious fat choking smoker, I do not like high heat. I do not like high humidity. I had the doors open. There was a minimal little breeze through. Most people were comfortable. But no, here come the soft Americans. Fat-bellied, sweating. Oh, God, you're not running the air conditioner. What are you guys going to do when you lose power? What are you going to do in a power down situation? You know, these and fat and soft. But big mouth, oh man, these are the you want my guns, you're going to have to pry them out of my dead cold hands. Bullshit. I ain't going to buy that for a second. They'll send a midget female deputy to your door, knock on the door and say, we need your guns. Well, okay, I got them, you got them, here they are. And by the way, don't forget my neighbor next door, he's got a couple out in the garage. That is what my chickweed experiment is showing to me. Okay, Dave, you're the poster boy for fat, soft Americans. Okay, maybe so. Maybe it takes one to know one. But you know what? Go ahead and attack the messenger, people. Deal with the message. Yeah, anybody can attack the messenger. However you want to look at it. That is my theory on the state of affairs in America. In the news, people. Governor Inslee of Washington State, mandatory mask in public and outdoors. Now, if you're driving alone in your car, you don't have to wear the mask. But if you can't do your 6-foot social distancing, you gotta wear the mask, indoors and outdoors. Miami, city of Miami, Florida, enforcing mandatory masks. Yep, cops are writing citations. Where's your mask, bro? Lincoln County, Oregon. This is the one. You heard the rumor, right? Hey, whites have to wear masks. People of color don't? Yep. Lincoln County, Oregon exempts people of color from masks. But, under pressure, they did rescind their own order. What's the point of that? The point of that, people, is the Mona Corona. It's coming back. You've got 8 red states. You got New York City says, hey, you're coming from Alabama, Texas, Utah, Arizona. You come to New York, you are going to 14 days quarantine. Point, people, it isn't over. It isn't over by a long shot. It's going to get worse and worse and worse. The pictures appear. What is that first picture? No, we're not going to do the building analysis that we've done for the last 2 or 3 videos. No, that just happens to be the new U.S. Embassy in Jerusalem. Can you read what's on that banner? Can you read what your State Department, your Bible-thumping Secretary of State Pompeo, who always has an open Bible on his desk, can you read that? Welcome, sodomites. The U.S. embraces diversity. LGBTQ and 123XYZ. Yeah, you can't say it. Lose my YouTube channel. Anyhow, This is the big push. Remember, Tel Aviv. That's where the U.S. Embassy used to be. Get it out of Tel Aviv. What is Tel Aviv? Oh, yes, that's the queer capital of the world. Can't have that. Can't have them Christian fundamentalist evangelicals touring Jerusalem and seeing that banner. So, the City Council in Jerusalem says, hey, U.S. Embassy, please take down that banner. You are hard on Christian tourism. You know, the Trump supporters, the evangelicals. Yeah, that's the ones. They don't want to see that. You know what the U.S. said? Okay, we'll take it down. Hell no, they didn't say that. They said, you are violating our sovereignty because we are sovereign property. And we're going to defend it. We have a right to keep that banner up. Come on, you sodomites. Come to Jerusalem. This country, this world is in the toilet. When's the flush coming? I think it's coming sooner than we think. If I were China, and I know how phony it is, we went through that yesterday, this country is ripe for the attack. Hell, most of our military is in the Middle East protecting Israel. I mean, this would be a pushover. Come from Mexico, come from Canada, take it out. Who is going to stop it? The soft Americans that I run across all the times, the blowhards with the big mouths, well, I'll do this, I'll do that. You ain't going to do shit. You're going to be called a victim or a casualty. That's what you're going to be. All talk. I mean, what'd they say about George W. Bush? All hat, no cattle. And finally, people, got to make this one quick because we're not only got the Mona Corona making a flaming comeback. Listen to what the Black Lives Matter, well-funded, well-organized, non-grassroots people are saying in plain view. Gonna leave you here with a little snippet from True News. You've been watching True News? Strongly suggested, people. Strongly suggested. TRUNEWS.com. So I'm going to just play, I think it's about 4 minutes long. I will not be coming back on. I will bid you adieu right here, and this video will end when the snippet ends. Serious things coming, people. I think I would listen to your enemy when they're making broad-based declarations. Okay, well, I'm going to hit the snippet here, and then I am going to go get something done. Man, 2 days I'm not getting a lot of stuff done. That just is not my style. You guys have a good day.
This is True News. I'm Rick Wiles. Leaders of the Black Lives Matter activist organization openly admit that they are trained Marxist communists. Some are now openly admitting their true agenda: burn down the existing American system and replace it with a revolutionary system. Hawk Newsom, president of the Greater New York Black Lives Matter chapter, told Fox News host Martha McCallum last night that if the Black Lives Matter movement fails to achieve its goals, it will, quote, burn down this system, end of quote. Here's a segment from the very disturbing interview on Fox News last night.
You know, obviously, people watch what you say in that video, that you want to now shove legislation down people's throats now that you have everyone's attention. And you also have said that violence is sometimes necessary in these situations. What exactly is it that you hope to achieve through violence?
Wow, it's interesting that you would pose that question like that, because this country is built upon violence. What was the American Revolution? What's our diplomacy across the globe? We go in and we blow up countries and we replace their leaders with leaders who we like. So for any American to accuse us of being violent, it's extremely hypocritical. Now, when we talk about violence,
you just said in that video, sir, you said, I understand
why are you screaming and not allowing me to talk, ma'am? You asked me a question, allow me to answer. I'm in the process of answering, and I won't be that much longer.
I'm listening.
Okay? you ask what we hope to achieve. We're talking about self-defense. We're talking about 4 or 5 police officers choking someone to death and someone from the community having the training to intervene effectively. We're talking about saving lives. Nobody's talking about ambushing police officers. We're talking about protecting lives. And there's nothing more American than that. And when we talk about uplifting and upholding the Second Amendment, I think that you should be applauding me, seeing as though you guys are huge supporters of the Second Amendment. But it seems to be the hypocrisy of America that when black people start talking about arming themselves and defending themselves, the talk is violence. But when white people grab assault rifles and go to our nation's, their state's capitals, it's all good.
All right. First of all, I've never talked about my stance on the Second Amendment. That's my. I'm not criticizing you or praising you.
You don't support the Second Amendment? You don't support the Second Amendment?
That's not my role here to talk about my opinion.
I'm asking you a question. Do you support the Second Amendment?
The Second Amendment is part of our Constitution.
Yes or no? A lot of your viewers would like to know if you support the Second Amendment.
That's fine. But that's not why we're here. And the only reason that I posed that first question to you, the way that I did, was that I watched you, talking on a bunch of different interviews today, and you said, burn it down. You said, burn it down. It's time. So that makes me think that you want to burn it down.
I said, if this country doesn't give us what we want, then we will burn down this system and replace it. All right, and I could be speaking figuratively. I could be speaking literally. It's a matter of interpretation.